When I woke up this morning, I thought it was going to be the perfect day to watch horror movies. Because I'm like, hell, it's Halloween. It's dark, it's cold, it's rainy, it's windy, it's storming. I got no place to go. I'm all alone. My wife went down for a wedding in Florida. So I'm just over here like a divorced dad, being like, hey, I guess I'll watch this movie. All alone. Guess I will make dinner for myself. I guess I'll go take a walk by my lonesome. But I got movies I can watch if the mood hits me. But what I've been really into is Marvel's Cloak and Dagger. They recently put out a new series, part of the Age of Revelation series that's going on, accompanying the X-Men and Laura Kinney and all those other names. They put out a new one for Cloak and Dagger after, I think, like 7 years of not having anything Cloak and Dagger related. And I only knew of them through the Blood Hunters story, where Tandy, also known as Dagger, teamed up with Elsa Bloodstorm, White Widow, and Hallows Eve in order to take down a race of vampires and demonic beings that came to New York City and started invading other cities as well because Doctor Doom brought Earth into constant darkness. And during the Blood Hunter stuff, they teamed up with like Punisher and Spider-Man and Daredevil, and even Cloak came in at the very end and just plunged everybody into a nightmare realm of darkness and put them in their own little pocket dimension, and they're out of everybody's hair. And the world is back to normal eventually. But besides the little cameo in these series, I never really heard of or read Cloak and Dagger stuff. So on top of the events that I've been going to the past week, on top of all the work I've had, the scheduling problems, and checking all this out, I haven't had time to watch movies. I get home from everything, I'm old, I'm tired, I want to go to bed. So instead of me telling you about all the movies and stuff that I watched this week and breaking them down and trying to be funny, we're gonna say fuck it. We're gonna talk about movies that we've watched so many fucking times. Movies that are our comfort movies. Movies that are our favorite movies. I'm talking about yours, and I'm talking about mine. Top 5 favorite movies of all time. We also got a lot of new music that just dropped yesterday and today. I'm going to give you my reviews. I'm going to play a little bit of clip of each of them. And then I got a shit ton of shows to promote. We're going to do all that shit. So buckle the fuck up. Get comfortable. We're about to kill some time. Let's go.
What you doing, son?
Nothing, just chilling, killing.
True.
Finish this duel. Me play this. No, sir. I multiply that. Yes, sir. Legends never die, you see. Them only a multiply. Lord God, them both sacrifice them. Me sacrifice me 3 bad man fiends to play the baddest man of them all. Obelisk, the blood-clad murderer.
The best thing about top 5 lists, especially with movies, is how diverse they can be. You're never gonna get one that is exactly the same, and that's what I love. I love how wild the picks are, how different they are for each person. Also, I feel knowing somebody's top 5 favorite movies of all time can kind of reveal something about that person. People you thought were quiet and shy and like little held back, you're like, oh, they have a wild side to them. They like this shit. They like some gory shit. Oh fuck. Or people you thought were all big, bad, tough, and rugged, and then you're like, did not peg you for a fan of Mamma Mia. So maybe we reveal some things about our dear old friends. Maybe we get to revisit some movies I haven't even thought about in years, decades maybe. Or maybe some of these lists are just fucking fire and I get to gas my homies up and be like, dude, great pulls. Or the flip side, maybe they're complete trash and I get to call you on your bullshit and tell you how bad your taste in cinema is, even though it's all subjective. So let's get right into it. We got a bunch of people on Instagram, we got a couple people on TikTok, I believe. So let's go through some of them. I briefly ran over them while getting the lists gathered, and goddamn, these are some pulls. My buddy Nick, one of the best pro wrestling managers in the South today, Nick White, says Goodfellas, The Breakfast Club, The Wrestler, Step Brothers, and Jason X. I mean, not too many deep cuts in this right now, but like, solid movies. I haven't seen Goodfellas. Please don't hit me.
Yo, throw tomatoes at this motherfucker.
But like all the other ones I know and I love. Jason X isn't my favorite Jason movie. Honestly, I think it's a wild choice. Just not because I think it's bad, but because I've never heard anybody say it's in their favorites. I always see like critics and horror fans and everybody else just boo on this thing. Fucking thumbs down it all the time, talk shit. Oh, it's not as good as this masterpiece of a Friday the 13th. Cool, just sit down, turn brain off, get entertained. That's what movies are for. Don't overanalyze this shit. How much time do I have to fucking say that on this podcast? But The Wrestler is magnificent. And Step Brothers, one of the best comedies of its time. So
My
I
friend
fuck with
Brooke
your
says,
list for the most
Captain
part.
America,
Good
Winter
shit,
Soldier,
good shit.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Black Pearl, Spirit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Treasure Planet.
Damn. These are some choices. And none of them are bad. I don't think any of them are bad. I haven't seen Spirit since I was but a wee lad. And I like Captain America Winter Soldier more than most Marvel movies. I'm not a Captain America fan, but that had enough of everything in it that I was like, hell yeah. And Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Again, I haven't seen that since I was a child, so I can't really go off of this and say like, I fuck with your list. But these are some solid choices. I've seen these choices quite a bit in some things, besides Spirit. You fucking horse girl. And now it's time for the man who was banned in Japan. I would say the rest of his spiel, but I forgot it. Dr. Triple M on Instagram says, The Goonies, Friday, Rocky, Sandlot, and Aliens. Hell yeah, dude. I love Friday. The Goonies is one of my favorite movies of that genre. Probably my favorite Spielberg movie, honestly. And The Sandlot is a masterpiece. Hold on, quick question. I don't really fuck with baseball too much as a viewer. Like, I don't really watch baseball ever. But tell me why every baseball movie fucking hits. I've never watched a baseball movie where I'm like, this was ass. They're always like, that was really good. Sandlot might be the best baseball movie, or at least second. But that still baffles me. I don't care for baseball, but I fuck heavy with baseball movies. Aliens, I haven't watched it too many times for me to have a proper opinion, but I remember the vibes being spooky as fuck, and me getting scared at a couple points. Solid list, dude. Solid list. At this point, people are posting, like, real popular movies, and I'm just looking for some with some fucking deep cuts in there. Stuff that makes me go, oh shit, I haven't thought about that in ages. Let's see what this next slide's got. Jaden on Instagram says, these are in no particular order, but End Evangelion, Sinners, Fire Walk with Me, Nausicaa,
and Ravenous. And Jaden, I know what Ravenous you're talking about. It's not the Ravenous that I like. It's a completely different one, which I still have not watched. I'm sorry. But I have heard of 3 of these movies. Well, I've watched 2 of these movies. I've heard of 3 of them. And one of them is on my list to check out at a later date. So I would say some deep cuts in there. I'm getting what I want. Get what I want, slowly but surely. Here we go. Third-rate content. Says, I'll go first. They were the first person. Okay, cool. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Bro, I respect you for that. That's my favorite Halloween movie. Probably because it's different than all the others. A Field in England. I don't know that. Blood on Satan's Claw. Sounds like something I would like, but I don't know it. How High? I know that movie. And Waterloo. Not a clue, good sir, not a clue. See, I'm asking for deep cuts, and then the deep cuts that I get are ones that I've never heard of in my life. Just ruining commentary opportunities. I'm sorry, folks. Okay, time for the last 2. These are off of TikTok, and then I reveal my 5 new little commentary on that shit. My boy Panda Matt Minnick says, Interstellar, John Q, The Dark Knight, Friday, and Basketball. See, Basketball is a fucking pull. I have seen that. Wild movie, very funny. Would never have expected to have it on one of these lists. Friday, making a return, second person to say that. The Dark Knight, hell yeah, Dark Knight's a fucking solid ass movie. I've never watched Interstellar, and I've never heard of John Q. But the movies I have heard of, I'm fucking down with. Hell yeah, dude. Great list. And then Julian L says, True Romance, that's a poll. Wedding Crashers. Oh, okay, I expected to see that one before, but I didn't. So, and then Scott Pilgrim, I love that movie. The Warriors, and Training Day. This is the wildest list that I have read so far. Julian, you wild for this one, dude. All solid movies. All very good movies. Just seeing their names next to each other is crazy. And now, like every week, I ask you for yours, and then I give you mine to close it out. And I think some of these are polls. I mean, I don't necessarily think these are any films that other people would have in their top 5, at least in my circle. But now they're important to me, just like yours are important to you. So maybe you hear these and you go, damn, it's been a long fucking time since I watched that one. Maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe TJ's right. Who knows? Number 5, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. Yes, a horror fan like me is also a big ol' softie. You're gonna find that throughout this whole list. I have one horror movie, and it's barely a horror movie. I love horror movies, but I love these films even more. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist has an incredible soundtrack. It's got a great cast. It's extremely quotable. And it also makes me think of like when I was in high school or right after I got graduated, and I would just go to all these secret shows and hang out with friends and just like flirt with girls and try to make any sort of impact with my band. Like, it's a great movie, but it also speaks to like teenage me. So I like it for more than one reason. The amount of times I have said, "Are you Randy?" Or, "There's no need to shout. This is a small car." Or the personal favorite of me and my wife, "This altar boy is wearing no pants. Where are your pants, altar boy?" My number 4 is probably one that nobody listening has heard. It is called Drop Dead Gorgeous. It features Denise Richards, Kirsten Dunst, Brittany Murphy, Allison Janney, even a cameo by Will Sasso. It's essentially a fake documentary, a mockumentary, comedy, dark comedy kind of deal about just how cutthroat the teen beauty pageant scene is. And by cutthroat, I mean bitches literally die. Once again, another incredibly quotable movie. Though it came out in 1999, a lot of the dialogue in the movie has not aged the best. Lots of slurs get dropped because of the time that it was part of. The whole entire thing has a very Mad TV feel to it. But, oh man, I've probably watched this movie about 15 times this year alone. To the point where my wife goes, "You watched a movie?" And I was like, "Yeah, I rewatched one of my favorites." She went, "You rewatched Drop Dead Gorgeous again, haven't you?" And I go, "Yeah." Because it's usually that movie that I rewatch. The only thing that might come close to that movie on my list for rewatches is my number 3. It's Jawbreaker. I talk about this movie all the time. I talk about the cast. I talk about the little bisexual awakening that it gave me when I was like 14. I talk about the soundtrack. My God, I love the fucking soundtrack. My favorite shirt that I own currently is a Jawbreaker shirt. It's white with splatter paint all over it. The splatter paint is glow in the dark, which is crazy. It says Peachy fucking Keen in the corner. Has the Jawbreaker logo with the 3 girls holding a dead body across the middle of it. And right underneath that it says, "Some candies are sweet as death inside." And for those who might not know Jawbreaker, it's essentially if Mean Girls, they had their clique, well, if their clique accidentally killed another member of the clique, and then they tried to hide and pretend that never happened and create a false event and how they died, and then created somebody new to take their place. That is Jawbreaker, with just an all-star cast and one of the best soundtracks I've heard. Definitely best soundtracks for this style of movie. Definitely. I could go on and on and on, but I'm sure you don't want to hear me talk for fucking 20 minutes about bullshit without a break. So we're gonna keep going. And number 2, the only horror movie on this list, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This movie is near perfection to me. It's the perfect amount of spookiness, the perfect amount of campiness. The vibes are cool, the idea is insane, the practical effects are crazy good. I keep going back to watching this every spooky season, and I never get sick of it. Probably because I don't watch it all the time. I watch it maybe 2 times a year. If I'm really depressed and I need a pick-me-up, or if I want to get into like the Halloween fun of it all. Then I put that shit on. And now it's time for my number 1, and this is the movie where I'm thinking, if you don't know me on a personal level, you probably don't know how much I love this movie. Because I don't post about it too often, but I hold it so close to my heart. And that movie is The Never-Ending Story. Now, is that a red flag? Do I probably have some mental issues? Yeah, almost certainly. A lot of people say you gotta be a real special kind of fucked up to put on The Never-Ending Story for your own pleasure and then sit there and enjoy it. And not only do I do that, I clap, I cheer, I sing along. I've even named my entire Pokemon team when I was playing it on like my emulators and shit after all the characters in this film. It's how much I love it. And I think I love it so much because when I saw it is when I too was getting bullied in school. And I too would just run away and hide places and read comic books and stuff, or try to find escapism through wrestling, or however I can escape the real world. Just like Bastion does when he goes to that bookstore, the guy tells him, "Hey, don't open that book." And then he takes it and hides in the attic at school and reads through it. and has his own little fantasy world of his own. Also, I too have lost a family member and have just went through escapism trying to deal with the grief and just have any sort of normalcy back in my life after the immense sadness that I felt. And also somebody who constantly tries to keep his imagination going and flourishing, because I don't want to be a dull old man one day. I want to have some sort of whimsy, some sort of imagination, some sort of characters in my head to make things just a little more bearable in my life. So when Bastion's dad is like, hey, you gotta keep your heads out of the clouds, keep your feet on the ground, you gotta grow up, Bastion, I'm like, fuck you bitch. Don't tell my boy to grow up. I will shoot you with a gun. But I just love the fantasy world that they crafted. And then, like, none of it's CGI, it's all practical effects and costuming and puppeting. I love it. Rockbiter is incredible. Morla the Great is fucking epic. The Gamork is scary as fuck. The horse drowning is sad as hell. Falcor is the goat. The old people are incredibly funny. And then the two statues, the Oracle, like that's some insane shit. Like, if you're not worthy, they will zap you with lasers and you will die. So you better find your worth real fucking quick. I can go on and on about this movie. I might even rewatch it. The fun thing about this is, not fun, but funny, that's the word, is I love this movie so much, but I could not make it past the 15-point mark in the second movie. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. I've probably tried 10 times, but it's just so off-putting and different and just bad, for lack of a better word, that I can't make it point that. I'm like, nah, if this is how we're starting, the most important part of the movie is the beginning, and we're starting like this, the rest of this movie is gonna be fucking ass. But maybe I'll be brave enough. Maybe I'll channel Atreyu deep in my heart and be like, I have to be brave. Let's check out the second never-ending story. And if we even feel braver, we'll do the third one. Someday I'll be able to have an actual opinion on the second movie. But today is not that day. Well, enough movie talk. It's time for what everybody came here for. That heavy shit, dude. Devitalized just dropped a new single called Glass Veins. And let me tell you, I saw them a couple years ago. They are great live. And then I heard their songs on Spotify and I was like, this is pretty good. Don't get me wrong.
Definitely
their old
still
stuff
sounds
still
like
slaps.
a local band.
It's still hard
but
as
it's
fuck.
not bad.
But it's almost
and now they come out with
comparable
this.
to like 10
And
years
holy
ago,
shit,
where it was a dark
that
period
they
in
just
the local
up their
scene,
fucking
where there
game.
were so many bands, but they all went to the same exact person, and they all sounded exactly the same, and by that I mean not good. So to see some bands really put the effort forward, put that money down, grow and flourish, and now become something that sounds like what Suicide Silence would hear and go, we want them on tour. Dude, Devitalized fucking brought it with this. It's got some dancey drums in places, some mathy guitar work, some crushing breakdowns, some insane vocals. Bro, Glass Veins, this is definitely my favorite Devitalized song as of right now. Great shit. Solid A for your efforts. Local artist Dying Star just put out his new album, What Is Death? And I'll be the first to say, I'm not the biggest fan of this kind of music, but I've listened to enough of it to know that Dying Star does it extremely well. If you like Suicide Boys or you like Ghostmane, then you'll like this. It's like if those artists scored a horror movie. It's all over the place, whether it's very high energy and intense or very low energy, vibey, lo-fi, somber. It's a vibe. The way he goes from rapping like Donnie from Wild Thornberries to screaming his fucking balls off and then talking real low and relaxed like is crazy. My favorite songs off this album are I Don't Know If I Should Discuss This, and then a couple tracks down, I Might Take My Life. They go so fucking hard. I mean, I'm not a big fan of everything on this album, just being honest, but the things that I do like, I fucking love. So grade point, I don't know what I would give this for a grade, but I would say if you like heavier hip-hop and you like stuff like Ghostmane, Suicide Boys and stuff, this is going to be something that you're going to be wanting to blast all fucking day. Oklahoma-based whatever core band Squelching just dropped their new EP called Hurting You. It's 6 songs of just gross aggression and intensity. The drums sound like a dodgeball mixed with the Taco Bell bell. The vocals are gurgly and insane. There's chugs and breakdowns galore through the entire thing. I was in my fucking element listening to this. I was so happy. Their single Eating Teeth, which I played on the podcast last week, one of my favorite songs in metal that I've heard over the last year. And then they had a bunch of other ones in there, which were equally as fucking good. I had to do a couple replays of this, and it came out at midnight, and I woke up at like 7. So I've been listening to this a bunch. And normally, I don't really fuck with music that the lyrics are just like about cutting people open and gore, 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 and all that kind of stuff. But if it sounds good, I will vibe with it. And this sounds beautifully heavy. I mean, just check out this.
Into the butcher's block, baby. Down the mow the fucking lawn. No painkillers with daddy. Dick, sweat.
That's fucking stank face music right there, if I've ever heard it. And lastly, Drop Dead Gorgeous drops another single. I don't know when the album comes out, but this one was pretty solid. It's called Burn. And if you like bands like Chiodos or stuff like that, this is going to be right up your alley. This seems like them, but the heavy parts are turned up just a little bit more. This is like the epitome of like 2008, 2010, like post-hardcore, which is perfect because they were dropping things like that back then, and I was also a fan of things like this back then as well. I don't think this goes as hard as their other newer singles, 6 Feet, but it's definitely one of their better songs that they've ever put out. 6 Feet goes fucking hard. This goes hard at parts. The heavy parts are really good for metal and hardcore fans. The softer parts are really good for emo and post-hardcore fans. Not the biggest fan of them together side by side, but individually this song fucking rips. I give it like a B- or so if I'm really getting technical with it, but I'm not mad at it, and I'm very intrigued about what could come next, because every song has been very different so far.
Horses. I've never even seen the inside of a Burger King. Isn't that frightening? Doesn't that go against the perception of horses that you've had all your life? Your life.
And to wrap everything up, I'm going to plug a couple of the places you can see me perform for the rest of the year. We got Bowling Bars Hip Hop Showcase by Bars Over Bars at Rumors Sports Bar and Bowling in Newmarket, New Hampshire. And on that bitch, we got Den the Doom. We got Hope the Rapper, Sativa Steve, Jimmy Leclerc, 6 Minds Combined, Cryptic, Labor 207, Joey Painter, Ayo Money Meech, and yours truly, Kill Murray. It is both free and all ages, so please, if you are willing to travel out, bring your family, bring your friends, everybody is welcome. It's gonna be a party. Next up, I am coming back to Greenfield, Massachusetts to the Dock in which November 14th. It is a Friday. It is another free event. This one is 21 plus because it is at a bar. But the lineup is stacked. Once again, we partying with Ray Spider and Tito Moe. A-Dubs makes his return to Doc and Witch. Pharaoh Bacon comes down there for the first time. Renegade Rebel coming back once again. Jazzy Bell coming back once again. Omin coming back once again. And my boy Q Ferb that I ripped a show with in Milford, New Hampshire a couple months back. He's coming out to Greenfield, Massachusetts, November 14th. And of course, I'm on that bitch too. It is free. So if you are central or western Massachusetts, please come out. It's a bar. The drinks are incredible. The staff is friendly. The vibes are always tight. And there's easy parking to be found everywhere. And on Friday, November 21st, I am coming out to Rolf's Pub for the very first time in North Andover, Massachusetts. It is another free event, and it is once again 21 plus because this is a bar. The lineup is crazy. A couple familiar faces, a couple new faces. J Vibe, Rolfie C, Warm Food, Blunt O'Keefe, Aaron Brown, Jimmy LeClaire, Morning Run, and myself, Kill Murray. Morning Run is one of my favorite people in the scene. So is Blunt O'Keefe, and so is J Vibe. So to have them all on the same show at the same time, you know it's going to be a fucking great time. Once again, November 21st in North Andover, Massachusetts at Rolf's Pub. It is free, it is stacked, and you should fucking go. And the last event that I got is not all the information because we're still booking it, but I'm giving you guys a heads up so you can head out. It's going to be at The Spot in Nashua, New Hampshire, December 19th. Kill Murray's Killer Karaoke Christmas Party featuring myself, J Vibe, Pens and Pencils, and two more to be announced, as well as a block of karaoke madness. So you can just grab that mic, sing whatever songs your heart desires, fucking party it up. It's gonna be awesome. Once I get those two last names confirmed, I will confirm them here for all of you and post it on my socials, which you can find at KillMurray603 across the board. TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, all that shit. So thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for listening to me ramble. More questions and topics will be on next week. So yeah, have a great night.